Hi, Santa.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. Today we're going to be heading down to the Phoenix area. I was in Pinetop Lakeside visiting with some family for the holiday, and I thought we would take a different route home than I normally would. I'm thinking we'll go through the small town of Snowflake, Arizona. It's about 20 miles north of Sholo. And also we'll go down to Heber, and then from there go take the Mogollon Rim down to Payson, Arizona. It's a really pretty drive, beautiful overlooks of the mountains below, and then also there's a Woods Canyon Lake that I wanted to stop at. Now, Snowflake, like a lot of other places, is growing. It's still probably considered pretty small to a lot of people, but it is a growing community. A lot of the outskirts are growing, the smaller towns that were around Snowflake is, it's kind of all merging into one town now. So that's happening everywhere, it seems like. Now, I tried looking online to see if the museums are going to be open today. Online it says they are, but being Black Friday, and I believe these are like volunteer-based museums, so I don't know if they're going to be open for sure. We're going to try. There's some old houses we can for sure stop and take a look at, and they're part of the walking tour that you can do. You kind of check in at the main museum and then walk around. I think it's guided, but we'll check and see. Also, back in the late 70s, you might remember Snowflake from the Travis Walton story. They made a movie about it called Fire in the Sky. All right, well, let's take a quick look, see where we're going to be. That is the main drag of Snowflake, Arizona. You can see it's pretty small still. You got the high school off in the background. It's their football field that you see. But the outskirts are really starting to grow. That's looking west, and we'll be heading that direction towards Heber. And then this is more towards the Taylor, which is just a couple miles from Snowflake. Well, you can see a lot of people doing probably some burning their trash or something out there. And that's looking east. Just look how wide open it is up here. It's kind of like the high desert, Holbrook kind of terrain. And then there's back to Snowflake. You can see as we're getting into the older part of town, a lot of the cottonwoods are getting huge up here. It is a pretty town. I like the old part. Look at this building on the left. It's an old Mormon church. I think it's built like in the early 1900s or something like that. And you can see that old house right there on the left. That's part of the walking tour I'm hoping to get to. But yeah, it is a beautiful little town. It's old. A lot of ranching happened way back when. And then you keep going down this road, you're going to end up by Holbrook. So you keep going, take left right here to go down to Heber, which we're not going to do quite yet. To kill a little bit of time, I think we'll go check out Pioneer Park. It's a beautiful park, especially in the summer. It has some huge cottonwood trees. And it's fall now, early winter, so they've lost all their leaves. But those things are just huge. So I wanted to go check that out, and just real quick, we're not going to go too far into it, but I wanted to give you just a general idea of what it's like. So here's the parking lot. You see, it's really nice right here. But anyways, let me get parked and we will stretch our legs a little bit and take a look around. Wow, what really caught my eye were these huge cottonwoods. Man, these things, look at that. These roots, I really like how these roots are. There might be, with this low light, I might be able to find a picture in here somehow. We'll have to see. But yeah, just look, this park is just filled with these. They've got to be so old. Little pavilion. Looks like they might have concerts or something in here. And there's more trees. In the summer, it's probably beautiful in here with all these leaves. Oh, this is beautiful. Even they don't have leaves on it right now. This is a gorgeous time of the morning to come out here and check these out. Some pavilions, you can hang out and picnic, barbecue. You got racquetball courts over here, swing sets for kids. And there's a water park too. They can run around and the water shoots up out of the ground or the floor. All right. This whole area, even across the streets, and huge. Those things are, man. Let me get my camera, see if I can't find a picture with some of these roots. Yeah, maybe there's something in there. All right, let me see what I can find. All right, well, I got a couple pictures, but just up here on the right is the museum that you're supposed to start at, the Stinson Museum, and it still says closed. Yeah, nobody here yet. But, all right, well, let's just go up here around the corner. We'll take a look at that old church, and also there was like a memorial up front, some statues that I saw. So let's go take a look at those, and then maybe we can come back and see if they're going to open. If they're not open by the time we get back, then I don't think they're going to open. But anyways, yeah, you can see straight ahead of us. Ooh, there's that old house on the right too. So let's take, let me get across the street and we will take a quick look over there. Nobody coming. Lots of parking over there too. That house on the right looks really neat. Wow, look at that. An old colonial style or something. Alright, let me get parked. Wow, what a gorgeous building this is, huh? Wow. I see a little plaque. We'll go check this out. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But I wanted to see what this plaque says to see maybe when this was, if it tells us a little bit about this building. Okay, here we go. Snowflake Ward, erected 1938. So there you go, it's built in 1938. It's beautiful. I love this flagstone construction. And then there's huge trees out front. They're probably here when this thing was built, I'm sure. Probably before that. Well, we'll come out here. There's a couple of memorials that I wanted to check out. There's some signs with some information. Talk about the establishment of Snowflake and how it kind of, let's see. I see a sign here. I want to read this real quick. The Smith Memorial Home Museum. Okay. So William Jordan Flake, founding father, July 1878. Just look at the size of these trees. Wow. And then down here is a statue memorial of the founding fathers of Snowflake, Arizona. All right, so here, this talks a little bit. July 21st, 1878. 6 Latter-day Saints and their families settled in this valley. James Flake and Erastus Snow. They combined their names to get Snowflake Camp. And then we have, this is really nice here. Check this out. That's kind of hard to read here, but it describes how, kind of a timeline of how they tried starting. William Flake tried starting an establishment here, and it didn't really work out at first. And then he met Elder Snow, and together they made it happen. And they suggested the town of Snowflake just by combining their names. Cool history, and it also describes each one. This is this guy on the right here is Erastus Snow, and then Flake is in the middle, and then Flake's wife holding their baby on the right, on the left. And there's some more founding fathers in the back in that carriage. Very interesting. And across the street is the Freeman home. This is like a picture-perfect home. Your white picket fence. How pretty is that? Inside here, there's supposedly some original antiques from the home. That's gorgeous. So it's just after Thanksgiving, so everybody's got their ornaments up now. Wow, even from this, on the side, it's a gorgeous house. Wow, look at that. A little blue spruce in there. Decorated. Well, it looks like there's some, maybe those are to those apartments. I don't know. But, yeah, hopefully we can get in there. Let's go see if we can see if that Stinson Museum is open. go see if we can get lucky. Wow, that's another pretty house, and I believe that's part of the walking tour. It looks like they're putting on some Christmas lights. So, man, I imagine this is a really pretty walk at night. Well, I still don't see the Stinson Museum is just up here on the right. And yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else there. So it doesn't look like we're going to get to go into any of the museums. Nope. Still says closed. Let me go check something here. Alright, well, I went back and talked to a nice lady that was putting up the Christmas decorations on that other really nice house, which is part of that walking tour. But she said there should have been somebody there by now. But that's okay. She also told me that there's a guide that walks around with you, and they have a lot of knowledge about each and every one of these buildings and these houses. So I really do want to come back, maybe in the summer. Snowflake's higher elevation, so it'll be a nice cool break from the heat, and walking around with a tour guide talking about these houses. I'll really be able to put in some good time and give it justice that I think it's really going to need. So anyways, we're going to head down to Heber. Well, Heber, it's actually Heber Overguard. It's a small mountain community that it's a lot of resorts. Well, I guess I should say it's a summer escape. So there's a lot of cabins and places like that you can rent to get out of the heat if you're from down in the Phoenix area. But there's one place that I wanted to stop at. It's unique, and it has some ties to the Snowflake area we were just in. And oddly enough, I've been through this town a lot, but I've never actually stopped and looked at this. At least not that I can remember. Maybe when I was a kid, we stopped by. 'Cause I actually do have some family ties to that whole thing. But yeah, my parents may have stopped by on our way back to Quartzsite. We'd come up through this way to Snowflake and to Pine Top, Show Low area when we lived in Quartzsite, and that was it was always a nice break from that Quartzsite heat. Heber is it's a Mormon settlement back in late 1800s. They settled it, and another big thing here was in June and early July of 2002. There was like 230 homes that were destroyed by that Rodeo Chudisky fire. That was huge. Like hundreds of thousands of acres of forest land was destroyed by that. And Heber, there was a lot of people. This whole town was evacuated. I think up to 30,000 people overall during that fire were evacuated. That thing was massive, and it big time affected this area. All right, well, the place I wanted to stop, it's just right up here. I was looking for this restaurant and then these phone booths right here. So I'm gonna get pulled in here. This is, it's kind of a unique. You see these aliens. This is where it kind of ties in to that Travis Walton story, and they lived in Snowflake. So, kind of tying it all together here. This ought to be interesting. If you're all aware of the Travis Walton story, they made a movie about it called Fire in the Sky. On the movie, you probably remember where he made a phone call when he was brought back down, and he made a phone call to Mike Rogers. These are the phone booths. This is where he made the phone call. And they have these wooden carved aliens That's an interesting little touch. And then also they have over here on this Heber tire, they have a mural of that. And Travis was hit by a beam of light when he ran up to the spaceship, and they took him up. He was gone for like, I don't know, a week or so, something like that, a little bit less. But that's a cool little mural. It's quite interesting. Well, that was a fun little stop. Thought you might like that. It's a little bit of Arizona history. But yeah, so I think now we're gonna head down to Woods Canyon Lake. It's a beautiful drive, and it's a man-made lake with a lot of camping, a lot of trailheads. They have bicycling. You'll see when we get there, but it is a really, really nice place to camp. It's pine trees. It's a great way to escape the heat. All right, we made it. So this to the right is going to pretty much follow the rim. If you keep going straight here, you're going to go down into Payson. So this road follows that rim really close. And I know there's a couple of viewpoints we can stop and take a look at, so I thought we might do that. Also, there's a ton of camping up here. If you keep going down this road, this is a day use area to the right. There's a restroom in there. Trailhead. But we're up around 7,500 feet. So they get some pretty good snow up here. And you saw there was a gate down there. They probably will close it off at a certain point once it can't be maintained anymore. I do know there's a ton of camping. A lot of campgrounds, and if you keep where we turn right to go down the lake, I'll show you when we get down there, but when you turn right to go down to the lake, if you keep going, you can get to Winslow, 66 miles. All right, well, here's the first overlook. Yep, not too many people here, so yeah, I think we'll just turn around here, take a quick look. Just beautiful. It's always really, really enjoyable just to get out and enjoy the nice weather we're having right now and these beautiful views. All right, well, this is an aerial view. Just look how wide open this area is. Mountains, mountain range after mountain range, and they're all covered with pine trees. Just beautiful. And that's the Highway 260. You can see where it kind of hits the top of the rim, where we turned right to come down here. And then this just gives you a really good idea of how just flat it is up here on the top of this rim. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of acres of pine trees. It's just gorgeous. And that'll take you all the way up to like Winslow, Holbrook area. And in this road here that we're on here, you can see how it just follows the rim. Just you get a couple more views like this. And that's the Highway 260 taking you down to Payson. Look how it just winds through there. Look at this business. Man, there is some gorgeous views here. It's been a while since I've been here. And my mom and dad actually used to be camp hosts at the campgrounds up here. Just look at this view right here. And my mom actually worked at the Forest Lake store. Wow, look at this. This is just beautiful. And that's heading off towards pacing. You can see the road that we're going to be going on as we head down the rim. Look how gorgeous it is. Perfect view. You can't see it from here, the road where we start heading down, but look at the layers of mountains. There was a eagle flying around here too, just a little bit ago. All right, let's move on. It's a pretty little stop here. Well, that was just a beautiful view. There's another one down here. I think we'll take another stab at one of those. One thing you do have to watch out for, there are a lot of pedestrians. It's hiking trails through here, and they also have, somewhere up here you'll probably see it, they have a bike trail. It's paved, so it's really, really nice. But in the summer, this place is pretty popular, so the campground prices reflect that. Let's see, somewhere up here, not too far up here, actually is another overlook. But yeah, they have all sorts of activities. You can ride your bike. That trail, that overlook we were just on, there's a trail that takes you. You can hike all along that rim. Beautiful view after beautiful view. You can kind of see the road a little bit on the left there, or that trail. And then sometimes it'll zig across the road to get to the campgrounds that are down there. But just look at this, right on the rim. Gorgeous views. Someday I think it'd be nice to just, if you had a day, just walk all along this trail here. It looks like a pretty easy hike. Yep, here we go. Here's another overlook. Let me, and there's a couple more people here, but let me get in here, get parked, and we'll take another look around. Well, here's another vista. I don't think I've been on this one. Oh, wow. Look at this. Let's go down here and check out this. There's a bench you can sit on. Wow, how pretty is this? And a little trail to this little rock outcrop here. Just all along here, where we were just at, I'll point this out, but along here is a trail that you can walk. You can hike all along that, and it's paved, but ride bikes. So this Forest Lakes area, well, here you can get a view of that road winding down the hill. Just look at these views. Just gorgeous. I don't want to get out too far, but I think this is probably one of the better views to look over the Mogollon Rim. It's more of a straight drop off and you don't have the pine trees blocking your way as much. Oh, just look at all the layers. Just beautiful. Let's walk down this trail a little bit. You can see it's nice and paved. Oh, here's a, wow. If you're feeling, look at this. If you're feeling adventurous, go stand on that rock. Look at that. I wonder how many people have had their pictures taken on that rock. Oh boy. There's another view heading down towards Payson. All right, let's head back to the truck. All right. Well, another beautiful view. I think there's another one down here, but I'm not going to stop. It's pretty much the same view. And also, if you keep going down this road, there's a lot of camping back there. And some of those campgrounds have beautiful views, just like we saw. Now, I haven't camped back there before. I think you can just go back there and camp. There are some campgrounds with hosts a little bit farther past the turnoff. Here's another cross where people are hiking over to that viewpoint. But here's our turnoff. We're going to take a right here to go down to the lake. Oh, looks like they paved that. It used to be dirt. From what I can remember, there used to be dirt past here. Well, you can see they had some prescribed burns here, keeping down any chances of those big fires happening again. But that's interesting. I didn't know they paved that road farther down. Wonder how far down that goes. If you know, I'd be interested to know how far down they paved that. There's another crosswalk for hikers. There's a lot of campgrounds in here, probably 4 or 5. There's a really big one. You can get some with electric, you can get some without. But like I said before, this place is really popular and the prices do reflect that. So if you're going to come up here and camp, you might want to make sure they have a spot. You may have to reserve it and check the prices while you do that. I have noticed these campgrounds are all gated off, so it's out of season now. I think September is about when they start closing them down up here. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm going to try and find a place up here before we get down to the lake and maybe get an aerial view of it so you can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be looking at. Alright, this is going to give us a good look of the lake. Looks a little bit low, a little bit lower than I remember it, but that's kind of, a lot of these lakes are a little low still from the drought we had. We'd go in there and camp, and there's a store down there by the lake that my mom used to work at, and we'd just go in there and troll for trout, go back as far as we could into that little groove in the water. Look at all the people back there camping. So it looks like there might be a dirt road back there too, so maybe the road doesn't go too far back when it's paved. and that's looking back over the rim. Man, this is beautiful up here. You know what I'd like to do is at the spillway follow that creek down. You can kind of see it winding its way through the trees there, but that's where the creek is after it comes out of the lake right here. All right, it's a beautiful lake, huh? It's not too far down. I stopped pretty close to the lake. So just down this hill a little ways and around this corner, you can see there's a big, huge parking lot where the store is. And a little bit, if the parking lot's closed off, but it looks like there's some cars parked along the parking area down by the shore. Yeah, even the road to the left to get around the lake a little farther is closed off. Yeah, there's a lot of people down here fishing. I don't think they're camping, but they're probably fishing. A lot of people down here, actually. You know, another thing I saw was a lot of people coming back from out in the forest area with Christmas trees. So they must have got some permits. I don't know if you need permits to go cut those down. Maybe you do. I've never done that, cut a live tree down like that. All right, let me get parked. Let's go take a little walk around the shoreline. Look how pretty this is. The wind is so still. The shoreline, these rocky shorelines, that looks gorgeous over there. People enjoying some fishing. I'm kind of liking this right here, this view. If I can get my camera and get a picture of something like this, maybe. This lake goes all the way down there. Very pretty. All right. Let's take a stroll down the shoreline. It's got all these sandstone rocks to climb on. I was noticing, I thought these were like footprints. Just little pit marks in the sandstone. I'll just look at this. I do have to say that it's lower than I remember it when I was younger out here. Ooh. Just look at that gorgeous rock shoreline over there. Wow. And there's some picnic tables up over on that shore, up there. All right, well that is gonna do it from the lake. All right, we'll take a quick walk up here to show you a little bit of the store. Since it's out of season, it's closed down for the day, or for the time. But you can see it gets pretty busy up here. They have a lot of parking. But it's a nice little store. Nice big wood deck back there to check out the lake. I'm feeling that elevation. Wow. And here you go, Woods Canyon Lake store. Groceries, boats, fishing supplies. Oh, here. Yeah, all sealed up. They do get quite a bit of snow here, so You can see like down at the bottom, they have that foam. Spring 2025 is when it opens up again. And this has been here since 1956. Check that out. Nice. Let's walk down this way. Just to give you a little bit of a walk around. They rent boats. In this lake, it's I think it's electric motor only trolling. But you can see down there is a little dock area that you can go down there and they'll outfit the boat for you so you can get out there and catch some trout. There's probably some bass out there. Somebody's got a fire going over there. A little campfire, it looks like. Yeah, look at that. All right, let's walk. We can walk down here and then get back to the truck. So let's just make a loop. You can see there's some restrooms up on the hill. There's a couple fires going. It's starting to get a little bit chilly. We'll get a little closer. Let's just, might as well just walk down there right here. Somebody loading their boats up down here. But there's your dock area for your boat rentals. See, there's a couple fires going. It's getting kind of hazy up here now in the trees. All right, that's gonna do it. Let's go. All right, we're heading back. I do want to stop at one more place real quick. It's a ranger station, and again, it's right on the edge of the rim, but it's on the other side of Highway 260. You got some really good views over there. So I thought I would just stop by, show it to you real quick. Another crosswalk. In the summer, you'd be surprised how many people are walking, riding bikes, families, getting out and doing stuff together. But yeah, I wanted to stop at that ranger station real quick and show you that. Get some pretty views from over there. All right, well, it says we can make a left or a right, but we want to go straight. And as busy as this road is, that could be a little bit of a challenge. All right, see, he's got a Christmas tree, like I was saying. Well, that took a minute. Holiday traffic is pretty bad right here, and it's kind of find that little gap. But yeah, this is that ranger station. And if you're ever heading down the rim, this is a good place to stop and use the restrooms too. Look at that, some pretty views. They have the ranger station, and on the back there's a wooden deck that we can take a little walk on to show you the beautiful views from over here. All right, let's check out this look. There's another picnic table right there. Or picnic table. Another bench right there if you want to rest and get a good view. There's chipmunks and squirrels. But we'll go up to this viewing platform, get a really good view. There's nothing on the storyboard. Campers. Looks like there's a storyboard out there too we can check out. Bear country. Do not feed the bears. Mogollon Rim Visitor Center. Elevation 7,500 feet. So there's the viewing deck. We'll head over there in a second. As soon as they're done getting their pictures. It's a pretty view here. There's layers and layers of mountains in the background. Alright, let's see what these signs have to say. Alright, let's see. Lessons of wildlife. What is a wapiti? Wapiti. It's Shawnee Indian word for white. So it's an elk, white elk. Did you know bulls in Arizona can weigh 700 to 800 pounds, standing 5 feet tall at the shoulder? Wow. Elk antlers weigh up to 40 pounds. A couple elk fighting right there. And then bears in Arizona. Historically, Arizona was home to two species of bear, black and the grizzly. They started to decline with the European settlers. Today, only the black bear remains. Wow. Black bears can live up to 20 years or more. Black by name only, black bears can vary in color from blonde and cinnamon to brown or jet black. They can get up to 300 pounds. Wow. Males. Huh. Alright, let's go check out the viewing platform. Wow. Is there anything here? No. Must be down for repairs. Wow, look at this view. Really pretty cliffs over there too. Well, what do you say? It's time to head down the mountain. I think we have an early treat. Santa Claus getting some views, some pictures. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. Even Santa's getting some pictures of this beautiful view. We are special. I don't know that see if we can get a little closer and say hi to him. Hi, Santa.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I saw you getting some pictures of our beautiful Arizona views.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. Well,
have a Merry Christmas.
I will. You too.
I will. I am.
See you in about a month, I guess. Okay. Well, there you go. Santa visiting Arizona. Probably on vacation, getting ready for a long month ahead of him. All right, well, that's going to do it from the Mogollon Rim. this was an amazing trip. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'm going to sign off. So just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.